Hello there. How are you doing? This July has been a month like no other. And I'm filming this on July 26th, and the energies just keep coming. They just keep building. So my intention with this video is to help you to understand what those energies are, so you can meet them in your life however they are showing up for you, to meet them head on and to work with those energies, to move through them so you can grow, you can heal, to step into whatever it is that your heart and your soul is calling specifically for you. If you are new to this channel, my name is Chrissy Whistler. And before you do anything, if you haven't yet, please hit subscribe. Every time you do that and join in with this energy of reciprocity, when you like my video, which I hope you do, and share it, it helps this message to grow, to break through a lot of the algorithms and those fear-based programmings. So please help me out. I appreciate that so much. And just know that if you are wanting some support, I am available for one-on-one astrology readings, intuitive channeled message, as well as quantum healing. Go to my website at chrissywhistler.com. And I know that you are tuning in because you want to know what the hell is happening. What's going on with these energies to make sense of your experience so you can meet them and to work with them. So there's a lot. I'm not going to be covering everything. And in fact, I spoke about a lot with the Barbolt's basket, that we are still in that energy. Go to my previous video for a lot of that. That first half of the video is going to really unpack that for you. I'm going to be weaving in some other pieces of the astrology and energy that I haven't spoken of yet. So just kind of know that we're really working with a whole lot here. They're all interlocked and weaving together. And my intention is to break it down in a way, in a language that you can understand, and to open into these deeper frequencies, the story of humanity that is at play. So just kind of feel into where we are going next. It is a lot, and it is challenging, and it's very exciting. This new possibilities and creations that are coming in just around the corner. All right. So I said I'm filming this on July 26th. July 25th, we had our galactic Mayan calendar, the day out of time. So if this weekend in particular, you've been feeling a lot of energy, it's because you have. And more of it's going to continue to build. So if you've really found yourself needing to go slow or rest, like you've just been exhausted, and maybe the only thing you did was feed your kids, and then you're like, okay, I'm done. This is couch time. Let's watch some Netflix or crocheting or reading books. Like you're just, boom, that's it. Don't put extra pressure on yourself, because that is a lot of the energy of right now. Is as we're getting these energetic upgrades, our physical body is actually needing to go through this orientation, this realignment, like these internal upgrades that we can't see We can't like necessarily point to with science like, oh, we just had a massive CME that exploded from the sun. That's why I'm sitting here on my ass. So it's stuff we cannot point to with our current science. And yet it is very, very real. So be gentle with yourself, be compassionate, and also know that you might be feeling this in the complete other direction where you have a lot of energy. It will be very specific for each of you and what you are needing to experience. So the 25th day out of time, we have now started a new galactic Mayan year. So this is going to be really bringing up a lot from the unconscious that we're needing to heal. Like, just think of this year going forward as an underworld journey, and especially around our voice, our breath, and speaking whatever it is that's coming up. Yeah, there's more in there, but that'll be very specific for each of you. So in general, Galactic Mayan, very powerful moment in time. Also on the 26th, we have Saturn stationing retrograde. We also have the lunar nodes that are switching signs. This is actually going to happen about 5 hours from when I'm filming this video. So you might already be picking up on these energies, and I'll get into that in a minute. But just know, big energy. There's a lot happening. There's a lot moving forward. And then we're also going to be having our full moon on July 29th. Is that right? Yes. Time has also been really funky this weekend. If you've been experiencing time really, really speeding up, or it's just like it just gone. It just completely disappeared. And you're like, well, wait a minute. What just happened to the whole day? That's certainly been on point with my experience. So time can be funky. As I said, July 29th, we're going to have our Aquarius full moon, and I'll be speaking to that in the second part of this video. But for right now, I'm just going to ground you into what is happening with the energies, because it is a lot. This July has just been jam-packed with these evolutionary upgrades, this awakening of our consciousness across all of humanity. And it is not slowing down. We're going to be having our Lion's Gate full peak of the portal on August 8th. And then on August 12th begins our next eclipse portal. So just know that everything I'm going to be speaking to here, especially around these dynamics of leadership and authenticity, this is a gong that is going to be reverberating out and hitting again and again for the next 18 months. And oh my goodness, as we get into 2027, really, really hold on to your butts with these themes. It's big, but this is like the first major strike of those themes coming online. So I'm curious, what has your experience been like this weekend, this July 25th, 26th, or maybe even leading up to it? How have you been feeling? What insights or sensitivities have been coming up for you? I'm really curious. Let me know in the comments below. This is a time of real intensity. The pressure has been building, pushing us to come into this change. This is life-changing energies. This complete life-shifting and reorientation that we are individually going through, but it is also being mirrored in the greater collective of the human consciousness. We are being called to create something new. But even at the same time, it's like we're having to do these deep purging, this real going into the wounds, going into the traumas, into the depths, to release them, to integrate whatever those traumas are so we can move forward. Because we can't carry those old wounds, those patterns, those ways of being that we've been caught in a loop with, that hamster wheel of experiences. We can't carry it with us. So it's like we're doing two things at once right now, where we're doing this deep healing and having to see truth, to see reality, to see society for what it truly is. And at the same time, we're being called into this place of creation. In that womb space, this real liminal space between worlds. And this moment that we are in here, this is when we are going to start to see the physical manifestations of whatever it is that you have been working through, healing through, pushing through. You've been doing this internal work, and know that that internal work is still going to be continuing. But now we are at the point where we're going to start to see that physical manifestation, that as we've changed, our frequency and our vibration has been rising, right? Letting go of the old stories, coming more and more into our truth and authenticity. Then we're going to start to see, the universe just got our memo. And then we're going to be having that right relationship, that right job opportunity, or whatever it is for you actually happening. Not just dreaming and praying and hoping, right? Holding that faith that this would eventually happen. Now the happening part is here. So look for that. And in fact, are you starting to see that in your life? Again, let me know in the comments below, because me and everyone watching would love to witness and celebrate you. Because as we see each other succeed, it's like, oh, well, this person did it. That means I can do it too. There's an opening for me to fly higher as well, to come into that, again, frequency and vibration. So how is that happening for you? How is that coming through? We are being asked to confront the stuff that we really don't want to confront. Like, we have to go into it. That is what these energies are demanding. That is, again, the basket energy that we've been in. And I'll just name the planets for you so you know. This has to do with Pluto and Jupiter. This has to do with Uranus and Neptune, all being in this beautiful alignment. And then there's more dwarf planets in the mix too. Very demanding energy that is saying you must make a change. You can't keep recycling the old stories of the past. This is about liberation. This is about deconditioning of all that old bullshit from society, from Saturn, Capricorn, that we need to let go of, to metamorphosize and to step into this deeper truth of ourselves. And I actually have a little channeled message that came through as I was sitting with this. The only way out is through. You cannot, will not go back to the way things were. That door is closed. Now look around in your life. How many people do you know are still trying to get into that old door? Or part of them is just really hoping, like, gosh, I just really want to go back to the way things were. We can certainly see that playing out on the world stage within our governments. It's really easy to see it there. That old door doesn't exist anymore. That is what This barbell basket is teaching us and showing us and is pushing humanity to wake up to itself. That door is closed. Now it is time to look around and see what new doors are presenting themselves to you. What are they? Where is your heart leading you? Where is it calling you? This energy coming from our hearts, from again, this authentic truth of ourselves, this true essential nature of us. That is the key for these energies going forward. If you listen to that, if you follow that higher intuitive knowing and where it is taking you, you can't go wrong. You might make some mistakes along the way. Just kind of know that's okay. This is about experimentation. We are going into the future, and we have no idea what that future is because it's not here yet. So give yourself permission to try, to experiment and to see what happens. Recognize whatever that old door is for you in your life, that it's closed. So start looking for the new ones and open it and see what happens. And if it's not the right door, then close it. Close off your energy and start looking for a new one. That is what we are all being called into at this moment. Know as well that every day you can be experiencing a real shift in your energy, where one day you are high as a kite, maybe not literally high as a kite, clearing that, but you're excited and you're hopeful and it's like, yes, it's finally happening. The thing is happening. It's here. All the work that you've been putting into something in your life, and you're seeing the culmination, you're seeing the blossoming, and then the very next day, you could be right back on your ass, feeling depressed, feeling heavy, maybe sobbing your eyes out, and feeling like it's hopeless. So just kind of know this is sort of part of the course for this moment. As again, we're in that liminal space. We're clearing out the old, maybe that depressive, restrictive thoughts and feelings, those old stories, those old feelings needing to be witnessed. And then it's like, oh, then we're excited for the future. So it's like every day can have a different energy. And if that's been your experience, know that that's okay. And that is part of what this moment is. We're creating the future. But we don't necessarily know where we're going or what that path is going to look like, especially as we're healing along the way. So as I shared, the lunar nodes are shifting. They are moving out of the Pisces-Virgo polarity. So this month in particular, you might have felt a real testing of your faith. That you do not have control of things in your life. That's that Pisces energy. This is that natural disasters, right? Shit happens that we do not have control over. And letting it go. The lesson of letting go. Let go, let God. I'm sure you've heard that before. Going with the energy of any given moment in time, moving with that divine flow and trusting that it's taking you exactly where you need to go. This surrender to what is and deep faith. It's really helped me to remember that, because there were moments this month where I was put back into that space of not having control. Things happening in my life and my stability, financial safety, is like a real thing, and I can't make anything happen. Again, it's beyond my control, and it definitely brought me back to that space and just reminding myself that as we culminate this energy of North Node in Pisces, what we are learning, it gets more intense. Like we feel that pressure more. Like it kind of comes up like, did you learn the lesson? Did you get it? So if you found yourself in that position, again, just give yourself grace and relax and know that it's okay, that that is the energies of this moment. And did you learn the lesson? Have you been able to surrender more and more into that faith? On the other end, we have Virgo, South Node of the Moon in Virgo. This has been so much around being not good enough. Virgo is very good at seeing what is not working. And so if you've been finding yourself kind of stuck in a perfectionist loop, like unless it's completely perfect, then you can give yourself a pat on the back. This can also, again, being just not good enough. Like you are just the butler. You are just the person who cleans up everyone else's shit. And you don't matter. Like too humbling can be some of that experience that we've been having to relive, to go through, to experience, and to actually come up with some really good boundaries. You know, like this, it's good to be humble, but it's actually not good to be that humble. So no, I'm not gonna take that on. I'm gonna put up boundaries and honor myself and my needs. You know, health, to be of service, but still being in service to yourself too, because you matter. So that could be some of your experience with Virgo. And of course, there's the other perspective where people are actually needing to learn to be more humble, where they're actually needing a fall from grace. So those have been the energies in general that we've been working through for 18 months. This is finishing. Then we're going to start moving into this Aquarius, North Node, Leo, South Node. And that's going to be very much highlighted at this Aquarius full moon, which I'll get to in just a moment. But I just want to bring in briefly, maybe just look at my notes. So Eris, good old Eris, warrior sister of Mars, she just stationed retrograde on July 22nd. So she's also been part of the mix, part of the energy. She's really, really powerful. She was powerful at the start of this moon cycle, a Cancer new moon, where she was square to it. So she and her energy, this very revolutionary maverick street fighter energy, she is so strong and also holding so much grace. So see if you can feel her in your life. She has been pushing us to see the truth, pushing for true equality, true justice. She is this diversity consciousness energy where everybody matters. Nobody gets left behind. And of course, that's very opposite to our current Western society, at least most of how they're set up, where we actually don't care about everybody. You know, it's a dog-eat-dog world has been that Western model where the people at the top, the people with the money, they are the ones who matter. She is really anchoring in and helping us to see what we need to see around that old pattern, to not take it with us into the future. She is asking us to see ourselves for who we truly are. These new doors that I talked about, the ones that we're exploring, she's helping us to find them. But she's also holding a lot of grace, where she understands that there are some people who are just not going to see us for who we are. So it's not about forcing our truths onto those people. It's about recognizing that they can't see us at all. Their consciousness isn't at the level in space where they can see us. And that's okay. We can close the door on that relationship, on that job, on that pattern, whatever it is. We can close the door if they can't see our truth and what we hold. And as we do that, that is what's going to continue to open us up, again, that rising frequency to connect with those who can. I mentioned as well that there's that fall from grace. This is very, very potent. Right now we have Venus conjunct Orcus and Lucifer in the sign of Virgo. So very much people can be experiencing humility or a real humbling experience. You can hear my voice, it's starting to get all scratchy. Very much having to do with our worth and value, Venus, money, resources. This is other people seeing our worth and value. This can also be about how we are speaking to ourselves. That's the inner side of Venus. So again, stop being the butler to everyone else. This is finishing those karmic stories and patterns that you may be stuck in. And go into that. What is that for you? So just kind of know that there's a lot of the story of value that's at play. Really feeling as well this tightening with money and resources, very, very strong. We're going to continue to see that play out at that greater world stage level. Like, this is not a stable time, obviously, but it's also showing that in the astrology well. Like this, again, the people at the top are needing that fall from grace. They need to see that they actually need to be a bit more humble. Or we need to, again, treat ourselves like more humbly, like not being perfect. So anyway, just kind of know that these Virgo themes, they're very deep. This is a real karmic story that as we choose, because we have a choice, we choose to do this, that's what's going to allow us to take all of that darkness, all of that charged, dense energy, and turn it into light to carry us through whatever desert, whatever trials that we are experiencing. So it's really very much about alchemizing. That's what we're being called to do, especially money, self-worth, value, resources, very, very much. All right, so let's get into this full moon in Aquarius. 6 degrees of Aquarius on July 29th at 7:35 a.m. Pacific. So see where that falls for you in your birth chart. If you don't know where that is and you'd like to know what this full moon is illuminating for you, again, please go to my website and schedule a birth chart reading. Very, very supportive to know what that is and then seeing what is unfolding in your life. So this full moon, I said it was a major hit of the gong. We are being called back to this truth of ourselves. I looked at this full moon and I'm just like, oh my God, hold on to your butts. That's what this full moon is. And it's not in a bad way, but it is going to be in a very cataclysmic way of change. When I said the door was closed, the old way of doing things is closed, I meant it. And the astrology for this full moon, the astrology that's then coming up for this eclipse on August 12th and beyond, is saying the same thing. Hold on tight, because all that we have known is changing, is transforming. There is no going back to the way things were. Can you feel that? Can you feel that tension building? Like there is this powder keg of energy that we are sitting on, and it is not going away. Let me know in the comments below what you are picking up, what you're seeing reflected in your life, or again, is starting to come into an illumination as we get closer to this full moon. I'd also like to invite you, if you are wanting to really work with these energies, this embracing of your authenticity, the unique essence of who you are, to understand this, when I say the strange words of the lunar nodes, why are they so important? This Aquarius Leo polarity. And then work in a very deep quantum way to heal any wounds, any traumas, Aquarius, patterns that have been keeping you from not only embracing your authenticity, but you stepping forward and going to the beat of your own drum, not caring who else sees you. This is who you are, and you are just going to be you. To heal, to release any of those old stories keeping you from that, then please come to the 2-week workshop that myself, Katie Gilmore, and Tara Whitaker are holding. First week, we're going to go in deep into the astrology for these lunar nodes, this period of time. You will be receiving activations while you are in this quantum field and container. And then our second week, we're actually going to go in to that field, to your field and everyone that is gathered, to heal, to call back to ourselves soul fragments, so we can come more into alignment with that authentic soul of who you are. If that sounds interesting to you, please go to my website. This workshop is happening on September 20th and 27th. So I do hope that we'll see you there, because again, this theme isn't going away. We're in it for 18 months and longer with Pluto in Aquarius. So just know that what you receive here is really going to support you and carry you forward, because guess what, guys? Right now, the world is needing the way showers to step forward and to show the way into these doors that most people don't even know are there. We're the ones who are meant to open them. So if that sounds exciting, then please, again, check out the post in the website, and I hope to see you there. So just know that this energy is not going away. This hold on to your butts. I really do. I really, really mean it. This full moon is going to be a real illumination for us of the story from the Cancer new moon, that seed that was planted. Here we are 2 weeks later. What is that seed? What was it really teaching us? This is going back, as I said in that Cancer new moon video, January of 2020. So why does this matter? Going back to January 2020. This full moon is highlighting the opposition between Pluto and Jupiter. Their seed planting moment was in January of 2020. So just know that whatever your experience was at that time, you planted a seed. Whether you were aware of it or not, your soul planted a seed. And now you're going to be seeing this full moon illumination, culmination, a blossoming of what that is. All right, clearing that. This is what I mean about full moon being no joke. Hold on to your butts. Whenever we have Pluto in aspect to our new and full moons, this is a big deal. This is a real butt kicker, taking us to the soul level experience. Pluto in Aquarius, trine to Uranus. This is asking questions about the human species, to see us for who we truly are. And Jupiter coming in is going to expand the hell out of that, putting a real magnifying glass on these energies. And I also want you to recognize and to feel that this is not just about going back to January 2020. We're even tapping back into the French Revolution. You know, that moment where there was a storming of the Bastille that happened in, let me look at my notes, 1789. Jupiter and Venus with Uranus were right there at that 6 degrees of Leo, which is where the Sun and Jupiter are at this full moon. It's a big deal because the last time Pluto was in Aquarius was in 1789-ish, right? Like it's a period of time. Pluto hasn't been back to Aquarius until like right now. So there is a cyclic looking back to that time period. And the reason why that moment was such a big deal is because when that Jupiter-Pluto hit their actual opposition during that time period, that was the foundation of democracy. Even the document that the United States Constitution and Bill of Rights came back from that time, that moment. Here we are again, Pluto, Jupiter, opposition in that Aquarius Leo polarity. Have we gotten it right? Democracy, this humanitarian energy, this grassroots networking movement, as opposed to the top-down structures of patriarchy, authority over. Aquarius is very much deconditioning from all that shit. So this full moon, this huge gong that is being struck, is really asking us to decondition from everything of Saturn, of society, that is not working. It's a very restless energy. Divine discontent. This shit isn't working. You may not know what is going to work, but you have to try anyway. You have to experiment. This is a high, revolutionary, restless energy, and it is not going to get put back in that box. Despite what the powers that may be want, they cannot put it back into that box. That's what this full moon is showing us so clearly. I mean, we're even tapping back into the sun in 1789 being in Cancer, 22 degrees, with Mercury right there as well, which is the highlight of the new moon in Cancer that we just had. Like, this is, whew, guys, this is not nothing. This is a big, big deal. This is about the people. Aquarius. There is this energy of the people who are rising, a demand that the people who are at the top of the pyramid, Leo, these kings, these monarchs, those in control, the celebrities, this is very much some of the lower octave energy of Leo, the people who have been holding the power, holding the wealth, living in these gold castles, French Revolution, while the people are starving. This is about seeing that truth. This is not okay. And the people coming together in that rising up energy to do it differently. This is the energy of Jupiter, seeing truth. Uranus cutting through like a sword of truth to bring in new change. This is very much going to be cutting in through the truth around narcissism, of one person mattering above all others. Only they matter. Only their needs, screw everybody else. Very much a lot of our current capitalist society has been really distorted in that way, where we're even looking about people in charge, corporations, again, screwing over everybody else. This is part of what's in this cauldron, and it's not going to go quietly into the night, not going to go back to sleep, not going to get swept back under the rug. We are at that ignition point moment. Absolutely. This is also very much about seeing yourself and the authority that you have, the mastery that you hold and that you can claim. That's the energy of Varuna. This is who you are, and to claim it, to step into that, and to demand it too. This is very much highlighting the energy of leadership. True leadership is coming from those who hold authenticity, who are connecting into their hearts, Leo, and allowing their hearts to lead them. And those who don't, those who are in that more narcissistic orientation, where they and their needs are the only things that matter, the community, the group around them doesn't matter, they will be having a fall from grace over this period of time, very strongly over this 18 months, but it's not going to just stop there. The people will see this truth for what it is. We're at the moment where that truth is getting very, very clear. This won't be for everyone. Some people are just going to want to be like lemmings following their leader off the cliff, going deeper into the delusion, and that's okay too. That's part of that lower octave energy of Aquarius. Just group think, hive mind, you're just a cog in the wheel. Just know this is very much a liberation out of that and saying, no, who I am as an individual matters, and I'm going to own it, and I'm going to claim it, and I'm going to go in the direction that the beat of my drum is calling me to. Think of Einstein just going circles and circles on his bike because that's what he needed to think, and he didn't care what other people thought of him while he was doing it. Be your own mad scientist genius and be guided by your heart, your authentic soul, allowing that to lead. That's what's very much being highlighted at this full moon. So there's this invitation. So if we haven't seen that in our lives, we're going to see it. We're going to see it in our leaders, the people that we're following. Or if you have been doing your part and you've been doing the work, this is you, again, culminating, really blossoming. And people are going to start seeing you for who you are and what you hold. So I'm very, very curious. Are any of you picking on that in the field? How has your experience been with these energies? Are you starting to see your own physical manifestations as you come into you? You know, deconditioning from the old stories and claiming that this is who you are. Again, let me know in the comments below. Remember as well that this is a time of creation. So with Uranus and Sedna together, trine to Pluto, right? Pluto is at this full moon, like literally right on top of it. Sedna is demanding that we see the parts of patriarchy, these conditionings that we thought were safe, but they're not. And we need to let them go. She's going to be bringing that in. Uranus is going to be bringing in those sudden, shocking surprises and moments. Again, trying to wake us up to let go of what is actually not safe so you can be transformed. We're talking transformation, full-on metamorphosis. Becoming someone completely new and different. This is especially going to be around our ideas, Uranus, Sedna, and Gemini. New visions coming online that we can see. Those doors being open that we can actually see that are even there, where before we couldn't see them. This is the way that things are going to really start to move forward, that as we let go, as we transform, as we heal, right? This is when those new doorways, these new creations and possibilities are going to open, which is exactly what the world is needing right now from our pioneers and our way showers. There's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of polarization around this time, this really demand for action, a demand for truth. Deconditioning is the name of the game at this Aquarius full moon. What are you needing to decondition from? That's the question that you need to be asking yourself as this full moon illuminates this truth for you. Sit with it. See what that light is revealing for you. This is not the time to shy away. This is the time to get dirty and do the work. Know that if you choose to do that, that you very much are working with the fractal. You are working beyond this single moment in time. This is the full moon trine to Maki in Libra. Oh, real creative time. This opportunity to recognize what creative talent that you hold, that you are actually meant to contribute to society. That know that this challenging time we are in, that challenge itself is part of the inspiration of what you are creating. Your unique creative talents and gifts, your genius is going to be coming through. And you need to build it. You need to do the thing, whatever that is. And don't think it needs to come out fully formed. One step at a time. That's where we're going. And go with the energy of each moment and see where it takes you. This is very much a quintile between Pluto and Saturn. I mean, this is massive. This truly is this gong of liberation and transformation. And this energy that I'm speaking to is only going to continue to grow. It's not going anywhere. It's not going away. Not until we break through with what it is that we are needing to learn, what we are needing to experience, and come back into ourselves and who that is. Pioneers, way showers, mavericks, a mad scientist genius, and just like giving yourself permission to let it fly. Just go be weird, go be unique. And it's okay if people don't get it. Let them go, because they're not the people who are meant to see you. And look for those who are part of this new creation. You know, it's exciting here in the States that, yes, there's so much that's happening and there's so much pain and destruction, but I'm starting to see people having conversations around doing things a new way, like enrolling children when they are born into Medikids, because kids are actually really, for the most part, pretty darn cheap as far as health insurance goes. Like, why not enroll them? Have them be strong and healthy so as they get older, they're hopefully not much of a burden on the cost for everyone sharing in the Medicare experience. So I'm like, yeah, I can see that. That's some of the new creation, this new ideas. So just know that you need to hold that too. Whatever it is that you are creating, hold that potential, hold that dream, that vision, right? Uranus, Sedna, and Gemini. Hold this new vision. Because yeah, things are going to get messy. They're going to get challenging. Yes. Hold on to your butts. I meant it. And what are you creating? What do you want to see from this world, from your community, from your country? And start dreaming. Start having conversations. Start building that network. This grassroots energy, collaboratively working with others, working with our friends, very much is the energy of Aquarius. And I'd also like to invite you, if you would really like to know and understand how these energies are hitting you, how this coming eclipse, again, August 12th is our solar eclipse, is going to be impacting you and your life. Again, that energy of Aquarius and Leo, we're not going away. It's going to continue to grow. If you would like to be part of a very small container where you get your own personal birth chart readings from me each week, or almost each week, because one week we're actually going to go into a group quantum healing session together and heal and call back these soul fragments to ourselves. If you would like to be a part of this, having me on speed dial, helping you through your life, the experiences that you're having, helping to make sense of what they are so you can move through them that much easier, then I hope you consider joining for my eclipse immersion. 5 weeks, a container of 5 people, and in that group field, that quantum field and safe space, to see and to witness each other and our experiences. Truly this opportunity to really shift and change your life. So go to my website, check it out. If it sounds exciting, I hope we do see you. But just know that even if you're not there, these eclipse energies are already building. Continue to lean in and anchor into your authenticity, to maybe even discover what that is. Because maybe you haven't been allowed to before, where you've need to hide, to dim your light in order to stay safe. So I hope you found all this helpful. This really is a powerful time, and I hope you're managing it well, surfing these waves of change. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that so much. And if you are struggling, do please reach out. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.